episode number 10, I think, or 9, depending on whether we're counting session 0, of Tomb of Annihilation. And as ever, we've got a introduction, so I'll just play that now.
Last time on Tomb of Annihilation. Beset by undead foes from every angle, the Silver Sashes finally make their way to Camp Righteous, but find only a scene of horror. Once a shining beacon of good, the outpost is now a rotting husk of an encampment with no sign of life left. The Silver Sashes find clues that the camp has fallen prey to a massive undead incursion, but that any survivors have regrouped to the south and have set up a new outpost named Camp Vengeance. Meanwhile, the group is becoming aware that Salida, their guide, may be harboring a dark secret. Can our heroes find out what happened to the survivors of Camp Righteous? Can they ward off the undead menace long enough to make it to Camp Vengeance? Will Salida turn out to be a secretive ally? Or will she turn on them in their hour of need? And can they come up with enough bony puns to last them through the upcoming trials? Find out next time on Tomb of Annihilation. Last time.
That's cool, nice one. I love those introductions.
A dark secret? It's not that bad, she's just bad at guiding.
I needed something to pad out my word count, so...
She's just bad at her job.
She's actually better than any of us, though.
Yes, but think of the drama, the excitement.
Okay, then.
Oh, and I think Xanax's connection dropped too again in Discord.
Oh no, we've lost Xanax.
It's internet connection, just all the natural one.
Yeah, the natural one.
So where did we leave off? Well, I just told her that her friends are alive, right?
Yeah, she just told you her friends are alive. She asked you if you'd mind terribly taking care of the remainder of the journey, so to take her up to Camp Vengeance to find the rest of the Order of the Gauntlet. Also you're rather curious about this rather large shrine which is here.
Which we apparently may enter by way of the statue's pee-pee or something.
Yes, there is indeed a unceremonious hole in between the creature's legs, which you can, well, looks like a tunnel leading in.
So I say, let's investigate.
Indeed.
Okay, so just as you're moving forward to investigate the shrine, just need to do a check, 1 second. Oh, okay. Bear with me a moment.
I've bared with Xanax for almost 20 years. I think I can hold a moment.
Oh, actually, I'm going to give him advantage. Hold on a second. Okay, we'll continue a little while, and hopefully we'll get him back.
That's okay. I have him on my phone. I can speak for him.
Okay, cool. So I think the tokens are unlocked, so you should be able to move your tokens on the map to wherever you wish to be.
I am Xander, and I speak for those who can't roll. Oh wait, he was investigating this foundry place. Did he find anything?
I'm sorry, which place? Oh, that one, yeah. Sorry, there's an ice cream van going past.
Well, what are you doing, man? Go and get the ice cream.
It is, it's very tempting. Alright, so this is a burnt out shrine, which is dedicated to Torm. You can tell there's an outstretched hand there, which is the symbol of Torm. Inside, it's mostly burnt out and ruined, probably from the attack that happened in the camp. However, Xanax will see, because it's really easy to spot, there's a leather thong, leather peg, and from it is hanging a silver holy symbol, which I will place onto the party sheet. But apart from burnt out wood and the light, there's not that much in there.
Well, then we got enough to pay the guide.
Well, the guide is technically being paid by Wakanga now, so
All right,
it's not really our problem anymore.
pay yourself then.
Alright, so as you get closer there, you'll notice that it's dark inside. The ceiling is about 23 feet high. It's draped with cobwebs, and there's a stone tile floor which is covered with a thick layer of mud, creepers and brown leaves. I'll reveal a bit more of the corridor.
I guess we have to bring up our torch.
Why are we going to burn it?
Well, it's dim light in this section here, so you can just kind of make out the corridor ahead.
I think every single one of us has dark vision.
In which case, you can see right to, it looks like through the cobwebs you can make out a wall at the end. The wall doesn't quite reach the ceiling. The wall's 7 feet tall, so there's a gap, a space above the wall. On it, the wall is tiles, like a mosaic tile pattern. You can't quite make them out at this distance.
So the wall is probably really a door, I suppose. You can look around for a switch.
It probably has a mosaic of adventurers inside the statue dying by pikes coming out of the floor and stuff.
Well, we can assume that Undil's people actually exploded, being this is their camp. Maybe she knows something about it.
Undel shakes her head. I do not know about the strange gods that inhabit this region.
Can I use my tracking skills to see if there are footprints in the mud on the floor?
Absolutely, yeah. Go ahead.
Okay, let me see. Survival or nature?
Tracking survival, I believe. Well, I guess it's perception to spot the traps and then, but either case, you have a look. There's a layer of mud and leaves which looks like it's kind of just blown in over time. The cobwebs that are crisscrossing the area look old and It's sort of flutter, old and fragile, fluttering in the breeze. It doesn't look like anybody has been this way in a long time. There's no footprints, no sign of the, any breaking of the cobwebs. So it looks like the Order of the Gauntlet left the shrine undisturbed during their time here.
Alright, in that case, we're going to have to check for traps every little inch. It's a really weird statue in the middle of the jungle, and we've all watched Indiana Jones, so
we can run away from the traps?
we just need to find cool hats.
Oh, yeah, you need cool hats to run away from traps.
I guess I'll start with perception.
Okay. Your
I'm gonna roll
perception.
Perception and search to.
Okay, sorry, one sec. First up, you think that if any more than one person is doing the searching, it'll probably hamper you because you need to be really meticulous in knowing which bits you've searched and what bits are clear and that kind of thing. So really, it's probably better off for one person doing the searching. Otherwise, you'll make it more difficult.
Oh, right.
And that's not me being mean. That's just something that's in the module. So.
What do we need to roll for this?
It's perception to spot traps. So is Mac being the lead?
Nah, Alvin.
Alwyn.
Well, I'm awful with that.
Okay, and sadly, because there's a layer of mud and leaves here, it makes it a lot more difficult to search for traps. There's just so much grime over the if there's any, apparatus there, any mechanics. So I'll need to roll again, I'm afraid, Alwyn, and we take the lowest roll.
Okay, if possible, I'll try to get a decent stick and sort of poke ahead of me and try to dig away some of the grime that's accumulated.
Good idea. The other thing, of course, you can cancel the disadvantage for the grime by spending a inspiration point yourself.
Ah, okay, I'll do that.
But I think you've only got one inspiration at the moment, so.
Yep, and it's
It's up to
gone
you.
now, so.
Okay, so we can just keep that roll then if you want, that 14 roll. Are you happy with that?
If I technically use an advantage, I just roll again and then see which one of the two is the higher?
Yeah, unless you've got disadvantage. If you've got disadvantage and advantage, they both cancel each other out. So you've got disadvantage.
Ah! Yeah, okay, I'll just use this roll then.
That's lucky. Okay. Prodding ahead as you go, you actually trigger it rather than well, you kind of spot it and trigger it at the same time. Ahead of you, there's a click and the ground drops away and falls into a 20-foot deep darkened pit. I'll just put this on.
As I hit the bottom, I'll shout, "Found one!"
Okay, which is there.
I don't think you fell in though.
You don't fall in. No, you get there. Now with a investigation check, you can work out how to perhaps disable or disarm the trap.
Is there spikes at the bottom or is it just 20 feet?
It's just a 20-foot fall. Oh, that's good. Okay, you look at the mechanisms on the side, Alwyn, and you think you could probably just jam something in it. You can reset the trap, pressing there's like a spring which will move the trap floor back up into position, and you think you could use a dagger or something like that to sort of jam it shut.
If it's technically just a pit, can we just get some beams from the burnt down buildings that are intact and put them across over the pit to
You
just
could.
sort of like make a bridge?
Or we could
Okay,
just jump over
yeah.
it.
Well, yeah, but then you might just jump right into the next trap. So I'm just going to get a few beams, span the 10-foot across, and then look very carefully across where the cobweb is with the two little alcoves or something. Really poke into those crevasses and stuff.
Great. Okay. So as you'll know that there's some beams to the south. There's also some you could take from the pan, the fences. So you could take them from the shrine or the pan if you want. Which one would you prefer?
Yeah, the pen sounds good. We won't be needing that anyway, so.
Okay. Are you going out on your own? Is anyone helping you?
I'm helping. Mac is helping.
Okay.
And I'll definitely make sure to check the ceiling above the pit to make sure that once I'm on top of the pit, there's nothing gonna drop down on me anyways.
Yeah, looking up at the ceiling, it's about 23 feet tall. You can't see anything that looks loose up there.
Alright, then I'll inch across the wooden bridge that I've constructed and poke to the sides and in front of me into those cobwebs. I'll try to clear the cobwebs for a bit.
Okay, not so fast though, because up ahead of you, as you're doing this, you are both surprised by an arrow which flies out of the undergrowth towards you.
Once is just coincidence.
Send it back to whoever shot it.
Guys, be careful of the arrow.
So it came from outside of the statue?
It did. It came from the jungle. I'll just need to hide this one moment while I set it up.
More Sioux monsters, maybe? A Sioux goblin, probably.
Perhaps
I'm
we should
guessing
have.
adoring fans waiting for autographs.
Oh, they're bringing back my spent arrows. That's so nice of them. Perhaps we should have asked Salida what she thinks this statue may have been used for.
Or ask her to go first.
Use her to fill up the pits we find.
Alright, so this is going to kick it all off. I'll do this attack and then we'll go into initiative. Shot flies out towards Alwyn. Sorry, Alwyn, it hits you.
Why are there no sounds of the weapons?
That's a good point. Let me have a look.
Stealth attacks.
I don't know. It's not working, is it, for some reason? Oh. Well, I'll look at it later.
Darn goblins.
Well, you'll see him there because shooting reveals his position, and you'll see him though run across here, and he tries to hide because they can do that as a free action. And that beats your passive perception, so he disappears again.
Damn it, and where there's one, there's always many.
There is, and you hear a voice cry out from further up the hill there, so you can hear that there are actually more of them.
Sounds like the Warren.
Alwyn, you're actually first to react.
I think I speak Goblin. Let me quickly check my sheet.
You do, I believe. You can delay if you wish, so when one pops out, or ready, sorry, you could ready, so if something pops up, you can shoot it or something.
Okay, I'll shout surrender now and there will be no trouble. Of course, I know this is a lie, will kill them all, but still. And then I'll hold my action.
Okay, so I think I might have put an action on your sheet, which is for ready, so you can set up a trigger if you want, which could be as simple as if you see a goblin, you shoot it.
I'm not really sure do I have to specify the trigger now, or can it just be anything later on?
Yeah,
You have to specify, yeah.
yeah, you need to specify. There's not actually any hold action in 5e. It's just.
I'm just gonna skip my turn then.
Oh,
I'm not gonna be the first one to shoot anyway, so perhaps they actually will surrender. Who knows?
Well, you could set up the trigger to shoot if you're being attacked or something. You can be quite.
Ah, yeah, okay. If they keep firing at us, I'll shoot back. So
I'm happy with you being fairly complex about the trigger on there. It's really just saying that you're preparing if something pops out. You can shoot at it.
cool. I just dragged it on my sheet and it worked apparently.
Beware that in 5th edition the attack comes after the trigger.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't understand. What do you mean by that?
That if you say a trigger that you want to shoot at him, if he shoots at you, he gets to shoot first, and you get to shoot afterwards.
Yeah, that's not a problem.
I see. Okay.
The old one I think had interrupt. I don't remember.
Ah, yes, because interrupt's a different thing, and this isn't it? It's a reaction. Okay. So another goblin pops out. He's hiding in the ruins of the tents. He moves up to here and takes another shot at Alwyn. I'm sorry, you're up there.
Oh, you were right. There are more of them.
Yeah, they grow in bunches.
You'll see he scampers up towards the undergrowth up here and tries to hide.
So should I attack him with disadvantage?
Oh yes, sorry, your trigger, of course. Yes, you may attack him now. I don't believe you get disadvantage though. You can attack him.
It's okay. Big map over character sheet. Let me find my longbow. And I miss, alas.
Okay, so and the highest passive perception of the group is 14, so they need 15s to do it. He's just managed to hide.
Where are those giant birds? They should have eaten them.
Yeah, they seem to have disappeared.
We could have used those as mounts, perhaps.
Ah, they're coming from all directions. Lovely.
Xanax, you get shot at with a short bow.
Let him know.
misses. But he does get to try and hide. It's guerrilla tactics Lark is when he does it.
Guys, they have names.
No, they have clothing.
I say their names.
Okay, one you'll see in the south has got a very large headdress, which probably means he's important of some description.
I should try and seduce him.
He throws a javelin towards Xanax, I guess.
Do we have any kind of cover from the feet?
You do, I'll give you cover. He would have missed anyway. He's going to try and hide. Good at this hiding.
Guys, they want our shinies.
Are shinies or the shinies that's in the statue?
I'll yell at them. Is 5 silver okay?
Never joke about giving people money.
Salida moves out to shoot at a goblin and hits it. Oh, and it goes down.
Kick ass.
Sorry, Undrill. The goblin who originally kicked it off, you can see some others shouting at him rather angrily. Takes a shot at Mac. Oh, misses you. Tries nimble escape. Fails. He actually creeps round to there, but you can still see him. Sander.
I'll try to climb up on the feet and shoot Goblin number 1 with a vicious mockery.
Okay.
He doesn't understand me, so I'm just gonna say, you'll have our shinies over my cold dead hands.
Okay, he's got a disadvantage to his attack now. He looks quite sad about the whole thing.
Can I walk on the outside of the girder?
Pen, an enclosure.
Yeah, you can get around there, that's fine.
That should put me right up to him.
That's a miss, believe it or not. They're pretty dexterous, these little creatures. And what's Xanax doing? By phone.
Xanax will try to go where the head guy was. So I'm guessing over here-ish.
Yeah.
Does
Okay,
he see him?
moving there. As soon as you get closer, I'm going to give these a... actually, yeah, I'll trigger a perception roll from him. Xanax, since he's searching.
Okay, well, I don't think I have access to his party sheet, so can you roll perception for him?
Oh, apologies, yes, of course. Okay, he heads around there, he can't see anything.
Well, if this is his true to form.
Is there anything else he wants to do?
I'm asking.
Sorry.
Nope. Can you do the turn complete?
Sorry, I need to turn the setting on, it's skipping my hidden actors.
No problem.
Which can be handy, but not today. Right, so this one pops out, he gets advantage because Selena didn't see him.
Attractively hairy. Try charming him.
We're really lucky with stealth rolls, he failed. He's kind of creeping through the debris there, but he doesn't hide very well afterwards. Going 4 at the top appears. Shoots at Mac. Gets advantage because he was hidden. This is a hit. Tries to hide. Succeeds.
I'll find him.
Xander.
I'm gonna continue throwing insults. Whose turn is it now?
It's Jokkers, the leader. Who throws another javelin at Sleader. Oh, and hits her. Ouch. Before he starts to move back. Owen.
I think I'm gonna run over here, get some cover behind the tent flap, and let out a parting shot at Goblin 1.
Okay.
Don't hit me, don't hit me, don't hit me.
You should be well clear. Aha, I hit something. Voila.
Oh,
And
well
my
done.
Kill
extra
Stealer.
damage. Oh, it's dead already.
Instant
And
death.
I used all this energy to trash talk him.
You softened him up for me, perhaps. He was so
Well-
distracted that he didn't see my arrow coming.
Just one more round and he would have wanted to die.
He was just looking at you and being all like, what the fuck is this guy about? And then I just hit him straight between the eyes with my arrow.
Yeah, they probably don't understand common.
Guys, they did say they wanted to attack later, so I'm just putting that out there. They're just regrouping now.
Let's not give him a chance then. I mean, if they regroup and find out half of them is missing, they're not gonna want to regroup again.
What does Alex like to do?
Sorry, it's Xenix's turn.
Yes.
He moves
yes.
to where Yaka was. And tries to see him.
Alright, I'll do a perception roll.
Xanax also says he wants to do all of this in his underwear.
Okay.
And give me all his gold.
Okay, so he gives you his gold, drops down to his underwear and moves forward. Oh,
Yeah,
that's good.
sounds like what he said.
He actually spots that he's walked past a couple of goblins. He spots a few of them there.
Xanax, don't go too far!
There's a rather weird looking goblin who appears to be wearing pyjamas. Sorry, it's like a random name mod I've got. Gives out surreal ones sometimes. But you can see that Yoka, the leader, has moved off to the shrine, and he's hiding in the rubble of the shrine just to the south of you, Xanax.
I'm sending him the print screen, so let's see if he attacks anyone.
Cool. The power of technology.
Wouldn't he cause like attack of opportunity when he moved? He was next to the goblins when they were hidden.
Yeah, they didn't take it though. I could perhaps have done it, but didn't.
Waiting patiently.
Okay. It's a good point actually, you're right. I could have had the goblins ambush him on the way past, but I forgot. Ah, well, they've got bows anyway, so I guess.
He says he's attacking goblin number 3. I'm not sure with what.
Okay, let's have a look what he's got. Alright, he's got a crossbow, he could shoot at it. He's got a Wrath of the Storm power.
He says hammer, so
Alright, he's going to
Can
run
you
up and hit it.
yeah, over here.
Hammer time.
It's a miss.
Okay, so we can move the turn.
An arrow drops down onto you, Mac, and this goblin retreats. to him move off. This goblin who's revealed will take a shot at Xanax, which misses.
Xanax wants to make himself a better target for the goblins.
He just runs off up to there. This guy appears, short bow misses Xanax. Tries to hide, fail. But in either case you'll see him running off the board. Running off out of the way of the clearing. Goblin 3 hits Xanax with scimitar.
Would be cool if we could make them fall off the table and die.
I say we keep the dead bodies around to feed the birds. Does Xanax get an attack of opportunity?
I'm afraid not, because they have nimble escape, the goblins. They're tricksy and dexterous, but it does mean because he's done that he can't try and hide, so he dodges out the way instead of hiding this turn. Salida spins around, shoots the goblin.
I yell to her, try to capture it, don't kill it.
She nods.
Salida, you are the worst.
Oops, you hear her say.
Oh, don't kill it!
With blunt arrows.
Finally, Mac, you're up. I think you can just reach.
Oh yes.
Yep. Goblin with the breeches.
Instant death, it says.
And you cut him down quite easily. Goblin with the pyjamas on. He just runs off into the undergrowth. As does that one. This one, however, leaps out of the bush. You killed my friend! He screams as he attacks Mac. Goblin
So they
4
do know
attack.
common.
Ah,
Oh.
found him. I was looking for that guy.
Okay, he said that in Goblin.
Guys, I think I'm starting to understand Goblin.
Mookie Mookie Wiwa!
These don't
What?
look like...
My mother was a saint.
Oh, he hits you quite hard with that. And then he will disengage. Won't move him entirely off the map though, because it would be unfair. So he sort of runs into the undergrowth, but you can still see him there.
He is so dead.
That one escapes. Salida is... She moves back to Undrel.
I yell at Salida, go for the leader! Go for the leader!
She takes a shot at the leader. I'll give him cover. She lets fly with an arrow, but it hits into the rubble next to Yoka.
Oh, my turn again.
to hit. Oh, and he goes down. Well done.
We should really capture one of them.
With a hand-to-hand attack, you can actually choose to deal non-lethal damage if you wish.
As a pet, at least.
Yoka, he just tries to hide and flee. She does really well. Xanax. Not sure there's anything else you can see, actually.
No, he goes back to regroup. With everybody.
Okay. Seemed like a sort of brief hit and run ambush by the goblins.
So not a good place to camp then.
Are we out of
Out of,
turns?
yeah, out of turns now.
I
think
go
that-
over the goblin bodies to put them all inside the pen.
Mac is disappointed that there's not more people to hit and returns to regroup.
I think we should either hold all the dead bodies in a single place or throw them in the river because we're gonna get carnivores attacking us. Attracted to the smell of blood and death.
Yeah, we're gonna leave this place as soon as we explored the Enterprise anyway.
Let's put them in the pen for now. If we drop them in the river, they'll just bloat and rot.
Or attract crocodiles.
So we gather the dead bodies, put them in the pen, and I take one of the tent covers to cover them up.
Sounds like a good deal.
So they
Sounds
won't
like a
stink
lot
up
of
the
work.
place.
I think I heard their leader say they were gonna back up and regroup and then attack later anyway. So after we visit the shrine or the statue, we should probably be out of here.
Or we can set up an ambush for them. And
Or we
find
can
out
wait
where
for-
the rest of their shinies are.
Or we can just wait for them to ambush us and then kill them.
Actually, can I use my tracking skill to see how many there have been in this area?
Sure, let's roll survival.
I want to find out where their base is so we can take their shinies. They must have had a few. And I completely I follow my own tracks in a circle.
Yeah. Can see that Xander-like persons have been here. Okay, Alwyn, you can find recent tracks in the mud from these goblins. It looks like they crept up. It looks like they've been sort of watching the place intermittently for a while. Like they're kind of perhaps got a fascination with it, but are also scared of the place. You'll see that they are sort of moving off, and they all head in a common direction. You imagine you could probably track them back to their camp or village if you wished.
Guys, I think I can track these guys back to their camp.
But I want treasure.
Let's check out the statue first and then see if these guys have any treasure back in camp.
Okay, and I asked Undil and Salida to stay in the entrance and keep watch, so we won't get locked behind. They could go behind us and remove the planks or something.
So Legion and Undrill nod. Very well, we'll stay here by the feet and keep watch, and we'll alert you should they return.
You shall be our foot soldiers.
Alright, once more I'll try to cross the bridge and then poke the area in front of me with a good long stick.
Okay.
As I'm in the entrance, I'm gonna ask Undil, what do you think your group didn't explore the statue?
I'm sorry.
What would be the reason?
Are you asking this of Undrel? Sorry.
Yeah.
What reason they didn't explore it? Do you mean?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, they camped here for a while, so why never explore in the depth of the statue?
Well, my group have come to Chult with one purpose in mind, and that is to stamp out the undead menace here. We are a good and lawful group, the Order of the Gauntlets, plundering the ancient treasures of Chult is not among one of our goals or missions here, and also we would have a reverence and a respect of other religions.
Please do not take our actions here as plundering or sacrilege. We
Oh
are,
no, it all goes to a museum.
but we are on a quest to find a certain artifact, and we do not know where it is hidden. So we must search for it high and low in this jungle.
I understand you have a purpose, and that would involve exploring tombs such as this. You have a noble goal.
Yeah,
Oh.
noble.
Okay, and I'll continue poking and prodding in front of me. Does this require a new perception check for a new trap or something? Or
It does, I'm afraid.
alas, alas, let me see what I can do.
I want to see if I can sense any magical energies in the area. Like arcane, whatchamacallit.
Is it detect magic spell you need for that? Can you do it with Arcana? One moment, let me just check.
Oh, it's just lore about magic. It's not actually searching for magical energies. Never mind.
It's okay. I think you need that. You can get a detect magic spell though. I think somewhere along the line. Oh, Alwyn, you're so lucky. Alright, okay. So you spot that there are four alcoves, four small grooves in the sides of the wall here, and they look like they'll trigger a swinging blade traps, and they look like they'd be really deadly. They'd do a lot of damage should they go off. You think though, investigation check if you would, and you might be able to work out how to disarm them.
Ooh la la!
Yeah, you're not sure.
Okay, guys, they're swinging blades here. They're mucho deadly, and I have no idea how to disable them. Perhaps we should try. Let me think.
I can do an acrobatics roll to go through them.
Well, perhaps we can just jam it with logs or something that would be tougher than us.
We can jam them with goblin bodies. Preferably the dead ones.
Alright, so what are you doing? Is it goblin bodies or logs or?
Can I actually see the blades?
You can, but you can just see sort of the very edge of them, the edge of the blade. They're set back into the alcove of the wall, and they look like there's a sort of a mechanism there which will release them with some force across the corridor.
Can I jam the whole mechanism with a 10-foot long beam? Like across the corridor?
Yeah, you could certainly try that if you wish. If you can get another beam from the shrine below and try and use that, which will involve a dexterity check.
I have a crowbar. I can pretty much destroy the mechanism.
Ah, here we go.
Okay, so the attempt with the beam, you'll be leaning in a little bit to try and jam, because you've got to jam the back ones as well, the front, and you'll be trying to you'll be prodding the beam into the hole to try and jam it in there. So what happens is you hear a click and a whir, and you activate the trap while you're doing so, and massive deadly looking blades spin out. Make me a dexterity save, please, sir, to dodge out of the way. Oh, you do.
Nicely done.
Phew. Okay, you manage to sort of leap back, and the blade swishes across in front of you. You can feel the wind of it on your face.
Okay, guys, I just figured out a way not to jam the thing.
Can I try?
Sure.
Yeah.
Which kind of roll do I need to do?
It's dexterity to block it, to jam.
Dexterity. Okay.
You don't set it off, but you don't think you've quite completed the what you need to jam it properly. You're not confident that how you've done it, it will stop the blade coming out.
But it also auto resets, right? So it's not like our one attempt actually just left the blade hanging in the middle there, swinging uselessly.
It does. It comes out with such force that it just goes into the other side and click, and resets itself.
So all we need is a dexterity check.
Yeah, but these things, they look really deadly, I mean.
I got advantage on dexterity check against traps.
Also, we have a dwarven shield.
Yeah, Xanax volunteers to go first. Alright, he doesn't. So somebody else could have a go if you wish with the dexterity. There's Matt.
Alright, let's try it. I got advantage against because I got danger sense.
Oh, good. Okay. Okay, you'll deal with that. It'll take some time, but you'll manage to arrange the beams in such a configuration that it jams the blades in their holes, and you think it's safe to continue.
So Alwyn, keep using those elven eyes.
Alright, I'll slowly advance up until what I think is some kind of wall.
Yes, you'll see there's a wall here, and it's got little coloured squares, tiles on it. It's about 7 foot tall, but the height of the ceiling's actually 23 foot tall. So there's a gap, quite a big gap above the wall.
Is it like the colored tiles? Is it like a mosaic with figures on it, or is it just a random colored stuff?
It appears to be a random colours just on the tiles. It does look like a mosaic. They're quite big. In fact, you can see on the map just how many squares there are.
Okay, I look at Xanax and I say, I need to stand on your shoulders.
Xanax agrees.
Okay, so as Mac helps me up, I'll stand on Xanax's head, shoulders, and then try to look over the wall. 7 foot is only just a little bit higher than I am, right?
Yeah.
Crazy Imperial units.
So you can. Oh, sorry. You looked down. You can see that there's another wall in front of you, also about 7 foot tall, which has also got a pattern on it in tiles, and behind that there's a door. A little arrow to the door there, and the door has also got a pattern all the way down the door. You can see, because you're standing on the shoulders of Xanax, you can just make out that on the bottom of the door, the bottom row, the second square along is glowing faintly.
Okay, I relay all of this to the others, and I say I think it's some kind of trap, and there's probably some kind of magic or light ahead, and I have no idea what to do.
Try shooting an arrow at one of the squares.
All right, I'll fire an arrow. You want me to fire it at one of the squares on the floor?
Yes, the one that's lit up. The one that
Well.
corresponds with the one that's lit up.
The stuff on the floor, does it look the same like the stuff on the walls or something?
It looks the same, yeah, same as the walls, yeah.
Okay, is this some kind of disco floor that we have to dance on?
Ancient disco floor.
Yeah, I mean like the square that's the light. It's kind of like Twister, but for dancing.
That's exactly what it looks like, yes. Disco floor.
Okay, I hit it with an arrow.
Which tile are you hitting? Are you hitting
The glowing one.
the one that well, there's a glowing one on the bottom of the door.
Ah, okay. I'll just hit a random one. I'll hit a random floor tile.
But you'll also notice that the number of tiles on the door matches the number of tiles on the floor.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. One of the squares is lit up, so maybe hit the corresponding one on the floor.
Okay, I'll try to do that. And then
Okay.
the door probably goes right arm on green.
Give you an inspiration for being amusing. Okay, you shoot at the floor and it just bounces off. The arrow does off the square which corresponds to the one that's lit up on the door at the back.
So not enough weight, probably.
You hit it pretty hard, but nothing seemed to happen.
Are the walls have the same 4x4 configuration?
They do not. The walls at the side have blank with nothing on them. But the walls that you're standing on, yes, they do have the same configuration.
Can I push the lit one on our side of the wall?
It's a bit far down. You'd have to sort of hang down the side of the wall and land on it, really.
Perhaps we should toss over Xanax.
Yeah, I think he just volunteered.
You got a lot of goblins you can toss over, I suppose.
Oh yeah.
It will be hard to aim them.
The squares are also quite small. They're probably only about a foot square.
Darn.
Because if you think each square on here is 5 foot square, so those little squares on the floor there are probably about
You
a
know
foot
what? I'm pretty agile. Maybe I can like stand on one. What do you think? Shall I climb and try to stand on one of the tiles?
You know, I would really like to do that, but the previous traps were just so deadly. I mean, those blades. I don't know. I mean, if they get increasingly more dangerous, this one could kill you in one blow.
Okay.
Then again, the alternative is not advancing, so perhaps we really should try it.
Maybe try and throw my backpack with stuff over there. It's kind of heavy, heavier than an arrow.
Okay, you know what? You go over and we'll see if another square on the door lights up once you hit the corresponding one on the floor.
Okay, so do I need athletics to climb the wall? Or acrobatics to land on the specific place I want?
It is acrobatics in this instance because it's quite you're just dropping down and balance.
Okay, I'll try to balance on the corner stone over here.
Okay.
Like the corner square, the one that's closest to me.
Not the one that's lit up.
Nope. The one that's lit up is next to Alwyn.
Okay. So as you jump down and you'll try and balance yourself on that square, there's a crackling sound.
Oh boy.
Sounds good. What could possibly go wrong?
Okay, and the whole room there fills with fire, blazing hot, scorching heat, moves up in a column through the whole area. Make
Ouch.
a Constitution saving throw, please, sir.
Ah, wait, sorry.
Wow.
So, one moment, I just need to make sure you've passed. Damn it, pass, will you? That's better. It's just so the system knows you've passed, that's all I'm trying to do.
Okay.
Oh, damn it, 1 second.
Okay, guys, so this square was obviously the wrong square.
And there's a little bit of smoke coming out of your mouth as you say it.
Yeah.
And I apologise, actually. It's a dexterity saving throw here to dodge back. It was a dodgy link in the module. I have reported it. It's linked to a trap elsewhere. So it's actually not Constitution, sorry, Xander. It's a dex.
Okay, dexterity is better.
Oh, that's good. You passed it. So you take half of this damage.
That's a lot of dice.
Luckily, you just take 12 damage.
Yeah, half my hit points.
You can live with that.
Yeah.
Okay, perhaps we shouldn't do that again.
I'm gonna use a spell to heal myself.
Okay, hopefully the sound should work now. I worked out that I'd actually got the volume turned down, which is why it wouldn't work.
I've got cure wounds too. Oh, it's a touch spell. I'll sort of like dab over the wall and like touch the top of his head if I can.
Sure, you can do that.
Wow, that's loud.
Sorry, yeah, I was messing around with the sound. I've just turned it back down again.
Okay. So this time I'm gonna try and land on the lit square.
Alright. You shuffle across. Now you're down there. Yeah, you've done it anyway. You move over onto the lit square and nothing happens.
Check the wall. Let's see if something changed.
Spot on. Good thinking. As you step onto the lit square, Xander, Alwyn, you can just make out the next one along on the wall, and the door at the back lights up, and it's the third one down.
Okay, jump to the third one down.
Okay, now down here you don't need an acrobatics check, so you can move across. And then as you move across onto the third one, which I presume you're doing, you'll see the second one light up on the next row.
Okay, second one on the next row.
I do that.
Right, and you follow them all across. Because when you step on that one, the third one down on the next row along lights up, and you manage to reach the other wall there. Hold on.
Huzzah! Do the walls go down or something, or do they stay in place?
The ceiling here arcs down, angles down, so there's less of a gap above this, the wall in front of you. It is 7 foot tall, and there's a gap of about 6 feet above it, so you could sort of climb over it here if you wish.
We really should figure out how to remove this wall because someone will have to stay behind.
Probably a switch on the other side.
Well, if it's only a 7-foot tall wall, I think we could kind of jump up to the top, hoist ourselves over, and perhaps do it that way. I don't know. Perhaps.
We can, but Xanax can't.
Yeah.
I'll try and jump it and see what's on the other side.
Well, I could help Xanax over the wall first. Oh,
I
wow.
failed to climb the wall.
Make me a dexterity save because you sort of try and climb up and you slip and fall back down and you try and
Yeah, I'm not doing well.
You try
It's been
and
nice knowing you guys.
I'm sorry. You try and land on the square that you know is safe, but you just catch an unsafe one with your foot and it triggers the trap again, I'm afraid. Make me a dexterity saving throw, please. You pass the dexterity saving throw, which is good because you only take 13 damage. Ow.
Ouch.
What if we put a beam from the top of the wall to the other side on the top of the wall? These beams are really coming in handy, I have to
Yeah.
say.
I have a potion, so I think I'm gonna drink it.
Okay.
2d4 plus 2.
I think I should have set it up on your character sheet, have I, maybe? Let's have a look. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
you
I have it.
You should be able to just click the heal and it should do it.
That's interesting. I got 6 healing, but oh, you put the damage as Xanax.
Just because he's not here. Okay.
Yeah, so I have 7 wounds. No.
Okay, brilliant. Is that right now?
Yeah, I had 13, but removed 6, so I have 7.
Excellent. Okay, well, you could try again to climb the wall if you wish.
I'm a little scared. I'm slightly singed.
The French would say you are au point.
Okay,
Medium done.
I shall try once again to climb.
Oh my god!
What the?
This is amazing. This is
Wow.
just truly amazing.
You just absorbed all of Xanax's bad luck.
Yeah, that's what I get for playing him. Can I use my inspiration point to have an advantage on my dex saving throw?
You can indeed. And it's only going to be a DC 10 one to try and, fall back on. So you just need a 10. Yay! Okay, so you manage, even though you fall, you manage this time to land on the correct square.
And I'm using my second inspiration point to climb up using
Alright,
advantage on athletics.
okay.
This wall is my arch nemesis.
This is what we're going to do the rest of the adventure, trying to scale this wall.
Yeah, we're just stuck here till Christmas. Okay, so yep, you managed to. You dropped another one as well. Actually, you could have. Okay.
Yep. 3 ones in a row, people. 3 ones in a row. Okay, I'm looking for any sort of lever, any sort of thing that will let me get the other people here.
One moment, I'm sorry. Just as you jump down onto the other...
I'm bracing for impact.
Yeah, you land on the side. You can see that the wall is playing in front of you, and some of the squares are lit up on the door, which signify the areas that you've just come. That you know the squares that you just stood on. Apart from that, there's no door handle or anything like that there.
I try and click on the first square on the wall.
Okay, you lean down and press the first square on the wall. There's a booming sound.
That is always good.
God. Oh, this Doom is just the worst. Perhaps we should, you know, cut our losses at some point.
Now you need to make me a Constitution saving throw. You're hit with essentially a Thunderwave spell. You know these because you've had experience with them. It kind of blows you back. You're lucky you're not higher up because it might have blown you back into the room behind, but it just blows you against the wall. Your Constitution save was 10. Sorry, that's a fail.
That's okay.
Take 2d8 damage. Oh, it did half damage on you. You need another 6 damage on you. 7 damage actually. Ow, that really hurt.
Guys, I think this is trap 2.
Oh, God, no. Okay.
I drink my second potion.
Okay, you feel a little better for that.
Any suggestions?
Yes, don't touch anything.
Try using up the energy.
Can you check if it's magic? Or use perception to check for traps again.
Sure.
Sure, if you want to make a perception roll. Okay, you'll notice that there's a glyph on the door which is glowing faintly underneath the dust and grime on the door. It's a sort of squiggly arcane symbol that's glowing slightly.
Did anyone figure out what the trap said? Because I don't understand this language.
Probably front towards enemy.
You can make a Arcana roll if you wish, Sander, because you're proficient in it.
Sure.
Oh, that's good. It's a glyph of Thunderwave, basically.
No kidding. Can I change the glyph to glyph of gold or glyph of marshmallows?
Yeah, the Marshmallow Man. You think basically that this is a magical trap. There'll be some way of opening the door without setting off the magical trap, but yeah, you'll have to figure that out yourself.
Okay, maybe do the buttons in the other direction.
What do you mean exactly? Oh, start from the other side.
Yeah.
Start from the back. Okay.
I'm thinking, guys, out loud. I'm not pushing anything until
perhaps I should try and come over there or something.
until we reach a consensus. Even if you trigger it, it will hit me. So
If we had like a wizard with us, would he be able to find a magical way to disarm this stuff?
I think you need. Well, it doesn't actually say so in the module, but I think there are some sort of spells that can help you do that, like detect-y.
I have no idea if clerics have dispel magic or something, so...
Identify, maybe.
Oh, I have identified.
Do you want me to come over there to share your
No.
misery?
If it will explode, there's no reason for both of us to suffer.
Yeah, but I
I-
still have 2 heal spells left, so
Well, let's save it in case I die.
yeah, but once you die, there's no coming back. That's the curse.
There is coming back, just more rotten.
You think identify
Uh,
might help you?
Okay, I'm gonna use my identify spell. There's no like roll or anything.
Alright, you perform the brief arcane words which enable you to cast the identify spell, and as you do, your mind floods with information about the door. It is a glyph of Thunderwave, as I mentioned earlier, and the trigger is pressing the wrong pattern on the door. The correct pattern to open the door and not set off the trap is to press simultaneously all of the squares which are lit up.
Well, good thing I didn't do it in the reverse order. I give the information over to the rest of the guys and say one of you needs to come over and help me click on the correct places.
okay, I'll do it.
And try not to trigger the trap because I don't want to get singed again.
Okay, I'll pull myself up over the wall and lower myself very slowly and carefully on the first glowing stone. Are they actually still glowing, or once he's passed, are they all reactivated? I have no idea.
They only glow on the door, and as he's moved round, they've all lit up. How long they'll stay this way, you're not sure, but at the moment they're all lit up on the door, all 4 squares.
And also on the floor.
No, the ones on the floor don't light up.
None of them
So-
is lit up.
So I tell him which ones he needs to step on.
I don't know. They'll probably singe me to death now.
Well, you can go get the beam.
Okay,
The walls.
Can I actually
Or use a
somehow?
rope, if you have a rope.
Oh yeah, I'll throw you a rope. Yeah, okay, I'll throw you the rope, and then Mac can hold it steady, and then I'll sort of like rappel over it, if that's possible.
Yeah, sounds good. Like Mission Impossible.
Yeah, only we all die. Do I have to roll anything for that, or do we all have to roll strength and athletics?
I'll say it's if you're going to rappel over, it'll be in athletics, I think.
All right.
Or you can try and go over the squares. Oh, okay, well that does it. Okay, so you managed to rappel over Elwyn.
Whee! Okay, so we need 4 hands for 4 tiles. Here I am. Let's do this.
Okay, we click on the. Maybe you should heal me first. No, it's okay. We click on the things.
And the door swings open as you press all 4 tiles simultaneously.
Can I copy the glyph? I have chalk, and I think I have something to write on.
You could, however, the door's just swung open. So when you get a min, you can indeed. In front of you, you can see it's a dusty 40-foot high, 20-foot wide chamber. It's littered with dinosaur bones, tons and tons of bones in here. Webs stretch from the walls to a 30-foot tall central pillar, coiled around which is a narrow stone staircase. Its steps are covered with dust. Carved into the pillar are reliefs of a man carrying a crocodile. The relief follows the stairs to the top of the pillar, on which is a large, beautiful ceramic jug.
So spiders.
You can't see any spiders here. Some cobwebs though.
What happens behind us? The thing remains the same?
Yeah, the thing remains the same. The tiles on the door are still lit up.
So we give the information over to Mac and Xanax. If Mac wants to move over, and Xanax will hold the rope for him.
So Lida and Undril can perhaps hold a rope on their end.
I don't think Xanax is very athletic, so he won't be able to make the jump. So I think Selida and Undril guarding the entrance and Xanax holding the rope on the other side.
If we roll Arcana somehow, if anyone has it, can we figure out if the floor is completely deactivated or completely activated? No.
Yeah, you won't think that what you've done so far has. You think probably actually, yeah, that with the door being open, now the trap's been deactivated, so you could just climb across.
I think it's safe for you guys to come over here.
Who wants to go first? Maybe bash the wall, so we won't have to climb anything.
Well, they're not very tall, the wall, so if you're not pushed for time, you can essentially take 10 on it and get and just move over.
But isn't it just go and pick up that thing and let's get out of here?
Oh no!
Yeah, oh no. Let's not do that. What kind of spider eats dinosaurs, by the way?
A big one. A very big one.
Or many small ones.
Does it look like the stuff has been used to sacrifice? Are there like knife marks on the dinosaur bones or something? Or gnaw marks?
You will see some of them do appear to have knife marks on, yes, they do appear to be sacrifices.
Ah, poor guys.
I want to try and stealthily move forward into the chamber. Oh, I should have checked for traps. Oh well.
You can still do that if you wish. Perception.
Yeah.
As you move.
I'm blind anyway, but let's give it a try.
Alright, it'll be at disadvantage then, I guess.
I'll roll again. Okay, so it's 10.
You, with the bones of the ancient dead dinosaurs crunching beneath your feet and pushing your way through the cobwebs that hang in front of you. They look like old cobwebs, you know, when they're really sort of brittle. You manage to brush them aside and you reach the base of the pillar, and you can see this big circular staircase leading upwards 30 feet, quite high.
There's nothing like in the bone area?
Looking around, you can't see anything unusual, apart from perhaps the potential for these bones to animate.
Lovely. As long as Xanax is above, I'm asking him to heal me. To top me off, as it were. Or should we take like a short rest? What do you guys say?
There's goblins waiting to attack, so let's not.
Okay, so I'm just asking him for a small heal. And he agrees. Naturally.
Can you cast Identify on the jug if it's a magic jug? Ooh, actually, I think I have a detect.
I'm out of spell slots. Actually, I have a second level spell slot, so I can use it for a fourth level, right? I can use.
You can, yeah.
Okay. So I'll do that after I get healed. I don't have access to Xanax sheet.
No worries, 1 second.
I'm gonna do this Indiana Jones thing where I switch the jug with something of equal weight.
Yeah, do you know what happens in the Indiana Jones movie?
He lives happily ever after.
Does this jug actually look like something that someone might call the soulmonger? Is it like filled with souls and it's going mong mong mong?
Well, we don't know until we check. So I go up very carefully, trying to not die on the stairs and reach the jug. And I cast Identify on it.
Okay, so you begin to climb the staircase, which sort of leads up in a spiral, quite narrow staircase, leading up. As you make your way up, you've not gone very far at all. You go about sort of 4 feet up there when there is a large crackling sound.
Did my perception not do anything?
You notice something crackling.
Oh yeah, I did.
Let me just check this. Yeah, apologies. Actually, before it does that, I'll give you a perception. Sorry. You notice that there are glyphs and under the dust on the step. The third step there, you can see a glyph, and yeah, which looks similar to the one on the door but different.
Guys, it's a marshmallow glyph. Quick, get Xanax to sit on it.
Perhaps we should try Arcana on this. I have detect magic, but by now I think we can safely say that these things are magic traps, so
Yeah. So I am not useful for this. So it's another trap.
can we use a beam to slowly no wait to like reach the ceramic jar and perhaps topple it over and then catch it somehow as it's I don't
That
know.
sounds like bad news.
Yeah, probably, but
I
mean,
say we let the dwarf take a hit for the team.
how
He's
many
all
hit-
about that thunder. And maybe search around the room to see if there's anything. I don't know. I say we let Xanax just eat a few of the spells.
You have to admit, I mean, these guys were pretty advanced for people who believe that a guy walked around with a dinosaur on his back for years.
They were.
Um, can I just do a perception roll on the tower itself to try and climb it instead of climbing the stairs?
Sure. Oh, you want to try and sort of shimmy up the actual column?
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be a climb roll. It'll be difficult though because yeah, it'll be quite hard to do. I'll put a DC 15 on it, but it's possible.
Okay.
Does Mac have athletics?
What else do we have that we can use? I mean, I can jump over the stair, but there's nothing telling me
What if we
the falling
create
stair won't have a rune.
our own stair by, let me get a pointer here. What? So we just jam a beam from here to here. We shove it against the wall, so it's locked, and then we drop it against the column, and then
I
you
think-
walk up the beam.
I think we overused the beams.
There is nothing I cannot accomplish with some beams.
You know,
Maybe we can cause the spells to run out of juice.
What if we just toss some stuff on the glyphs?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Maybe just throw stuff, cause the trap to trigger, and then move up. Mac, any thoughts?
I'm gonna throw my water skin of bear on top of there.
you want to throw it on top of the pillar or onto the steps?
Onto the trapped step,
I
while
will move
standing away
away.
from it.
Yeah, I'm gonna hide behind the door as well.
Yep. Everybody ready?
Is everybody?
No.
Is everyone where they want to be?
Oh well, then I'm throwing it. Trying to hit the step that's trapped.
I'm using Xanax as a shield.
Okay. You throw your beer onto the step quite accurately, it'll land there, and as you do, there's a crackling sound as the air fills with electricity. All your hair sort of stands on end as lightning arcs around the room.
Look at the pretty colors that are not targeted at me.
Mac and Xanax need to make dexterity saving throws. I'll do Xanax's for him.
Ooh, that was a close one.
Xanax fails, but you passed.
Does that mean that the trap gets used up, or is it still there?
We'll have to try again.
Oh boy.
Holy crap! That's a lot of damage.
Yeah. I think Xanax heals himself.
Oh,
Ouch!
okay, and then as soon as it's gone, the blue arcing lightning disappears.
Okay, step 2 out of 10.
What about the beer?
Yeah, the beer looks a bit frazzled, but probably still drinkable.
Nice electrified bear. Got to give it a new taste.
Okay, so I say we all hide behind the door, and Elwin shoots at stair number 3 again to see if it reset.
Okay,
That might hurt my bear.
Or you want me to try and identify it?
is the glyph still? Can we make out if it's still active by seeing if it's glowing or something?
Yeah, now you know where it is, you'll be able to see that it does look like it's still faintly glowing there underneath all the grime. It's difficult to make out these glyphs because of the dust.
Bloody hell! It's not even deactivated.
Okay, you know what? I'm going over there and I'm going to try and identify it. Use my last spell slot. You know, not touching it, but looking at it with an inquisical look.
It's an electric bolt trap. I already identified it by triggering it.
Yeah, but I want to identify if there's any way to shut it off.
Oh,
Okay, so yeah, if you want to cast your identifier spell.
Yeah, I don't have any, like, role to do.
Okay, I might be being a bit generous with the identifier spells, giving you the trigger, but I'll do it in this instance. It looks like there is a set of glyphs on here, which appear to be on some of the steps going up. You'd need to perception to find the others, but you think that I might actually tie it with an investigation roll. I think probably. You do me,
Okay, I'll roll investigation.
and that's probably a better way of doing it.
If only some of the steps are trapped, we can just avoid those steps, I guess.
Anybody else?
Which leaves the... Go ahead.
No, sorry, go ahead. Sorry.
Ah, no. I'll try investigation as well. I have no idea if I'm going to be good at this.
Alwyn, looking around the column, you can see there are images there of the the man carrying a crocodile, and you think this is a clue to perhaps how you can get to the top without triggering the traps. It would be if one of you emulated the action of a man carrying a crocodile.
Okay, so I will hoist Xanax upon my back, perhaps?
He's
And-
probably the heaviest one of us.
Yeah, I don't know. I think if we can emulate this, but I have no idea how to do it. Perhaps if we just skip every other step.
Maybe we should go and carry a beam on our back. Maybe it's a weight thing. We have to carry like 2 people.
So I take Xanax upon my back and I take a few tentative paces around the room.
Okay.
Is there
I'm going to back away.
Gonna
Is-
hide.
Is there anything very noticeable about how I step? If I would I step every other step, or?
No, really, it'd just be a case of both of you making acrobatics checks to get to the top. It'd be difficult to skip a step if you wanted. You'd have to make it'd give you some penalties if you're trying to skip the steps. It's going to be hard anyway, balancing someone on your shoulders and climbing up.
I think we 2 should take it because we have high acrobatics. I don't think Xanax has a big acrobatics for. So it's up to the elf king.
I don't have proficiency in acrobatics either. I do have a pretty good dexterity, but
I do have proficiency in acrobatics.
Or you could find an actual crocodile outside, I suppose. Throw some goblins into water and wait for the crocodiles to come.
I don't think it's that literal.
Alright then.
I'm willing to go on the acrobatics, but I don't have a lot of strength. Who wants to carry me?
Then again, someone carrying a crocodile wouldn't skip a step.
Yeah, that's what I think. I think it's just about the weight. About one person carrying another person.
do you
So
think the glyphs could be rigged that way?
Yeah, with magic, it could be rigged anyway, really.
All right, I have a strength of 10 and a dexterity of 17. Mac, how are you?
I have dexterity of 15, but I have advantage on rolls.
And I have 16 dexterity and proficiency in acrobatics. Not that it helps me, I've rolled 3 ones this session.
You have been really unlucky. You've had Xanax's luck.
Yeah, last time I played for him.
All right.
So
I'll
I,
carry Sander then.
Okay, we're both healthy enough to take one hit, right?
Yeah, I have 4 wounds, so yeah, I can take 24 damage, I guess. If I die, if I'm unconscious, just shove one of my health potions down my throat.
Okay, let's try it. And hope I won't get singed again.
Okay, so both of you need to make acrobatics checks for me, please. You're looking for a DC 10s.
I quit.
Oh my god, did you just roll a 1?
I quit.
I think. Okay, you managed to maintain your balance, Xander. You're all over the place, but Alwyn manages to right you. You're okay, so you need to make another one as you carry on ascending the steps. You need 3 in total.
Wait, so we stepped on step number 3 and didn't explode.
Correct, yes.
Okay. If you have any advantages, do them now.
Oh my god, how is this even possible?
Oh, oh,
We fall down.
you do. You fall.
Not on the steps. We fall down the side and not trigger anything. We do not trigger anything. Oh god. Well, it's been nice knowing you guys.
Okay, make me a dex save to try and sort of avoid the step 3 as you roll back down. That's good. And that's good. Okay, you manage to avoid the glyphs as you fall. You don't take any damage, but you sort of tumble down to the ground. You've got to try again, folks.
Okay, can we steady ourselves against the column?
With the use of a plank.
No, this is. I think you'll already be taking that into account in the difficulty. It's difficulty 10, so you'll be able to you'll be steadying yourself the best you can with that.
Basically, I need 5 or more and I get it. But I'm rolling so many ones.
Wow, God, we suck so badly at this. Should have become accountants.
Wait, I'm trying to read about bardic inspiration. Maybe I can use it.
I still have 1 inspiration left, by the way, so...
I'll give you all another inspiration as well for being sports. It's been quite challenging.
Okay, I can't give myself bardic inspiration, but I can give you a bardic inspiration.
Sounds good.
So you get another d6 on a ability check, attack roll, or saving throw.
I think is it one you can pick after, or is it automatic?
Yeah, you can pick after.
Okay, that's good. All right, acrobatics checks then, please, gentlemen.
I'm still screwed, but yeah.
Okay,
Okay,
Alwyn,
you can use 1d6 to add to it.
well, it's okay because you only need one of you to succeed. So you can hold that bardic inspiration for the time being if you want, because while Alwyn's whittling around, Xander's counterbalance there manages to sort of right you all, so you're okay. You're a third of the way up. Keep going.
Just
Okay, for the second one, I'm gonna use my inspiration.
Okay.
He's just pulling my hair left and right like a rat in Ratatouille.
Yeah, exactly what I thought. Oh, come on!
Oh no. Okay.
2 falls in a row.
Xander looks like he's falling. Can you save him, Alwyn? You can.
Oh!
Well done. Okay, final one. You're nearly at the top. You can see the jugs nearly there. Xander's fine. So that means actually Alwyn's fine, regardless. Yep, you both managed to do it. You're getting the hang of this now, and you quite elegantly reach the top. And the jug is sitting there in front of you. It's covered in dust, but I can give you a quick description of it. Looks quite ornate.
How much gold does it seem to be worth?
Um,
And what's in it?
it's a fairly plain jug. It appears to be able to hold about a gallon of liquid.
Well, I'm out
looks like
of
a clay jug.
identify, so I can't do much with it. How about roll perception to see if we see anything bad on it?
Like
Okay.
glyphs. Many, many glyphs.
Okay. You do see glyphs around the base, just where where it's resting. There are some arcane symbols.
Okay, I have two possible plans of action. One, we tie a rope around the thing, and then we pull the rope when we're at the exit, so it won't harm us, but there's a big chance the jug will break. We can try and investigate to see what these runes are.
Let's try a very, very cursory investigation first.
Okay.
And we can try and switch it up with something of equal weight.
Are the runes on the jug or on the base of the stairs somehow?
It's on the base of the column, so you're at the top of the column. The flat bit of the column has got arcane symbols on it.
How many? Can I actually read these? Are they like glyphs or are they like writing?
Okay, you can do an arcana check if you're proficient in it.
I am not, alas. Oh, that's like 200% of your previous rolls.
Yeah, I'm amazing.
It is obscure. It looks like yeah.
There's no escaping this.
Dice.
The dice hate you. It's pretty obscure, so you're not actually sure what these ones do. It's not any spell that you're aware of.
Okay, so I can use sleight of hand to take it and replace it with something of equal weight, but I need to know how much it weighs.
Which you would only know by picking it up.
I'm all for that rope trick.
You wanna give that a try?
Yeah, okay, let's tie some rope around it and then gently pull it towards the side and then catch it at the bottom of the stairs.
Or just stay far away and drag it and hope it doesn't break.
It's been here for ages and it's a ceramic jug, so it's gonna break either way, I would say. No?
It might be the soulmonger. We can't let it break. You know what? I want to flick a coin.
Oh,
And,
perhaps the runes say, like, made by Soulmonger Inc.
Yeah, I want to put like, I think like put a coin or something on top of the pedestal to see if it explodes.
Stay far away while you're doing that.
It's kind of impossible to be far away.
Oh, yeah, true.
I'll just switch it with something. What do you say?
I say rope trick. I mean, it's oh, this whole shrine has been, I mean, whew.
It will break it, probably.
Probably.
We'll lose everything we came here for.
Up to you guys.
I say let's try and pick it up and replace it with something.
All right, okay.
I mean, we've got zapped so many times already.
Yeah, we should be immune by now.
Immune to lightning.
Well, yeah, it's like those electricians, you know. They touch electricity so often, sometimes they can just touch it to their ear and not even have a reaction.
But let's do like, let's tie ourselves to the column or something so we won't get blown off.
Yeah, if Salida ever asks anything, we'll just be like, oh yeah, nothing there, just boring old shrine.
Next time we push Salida first.
By now she's heard about 5 booms and 3 zaps.
Yes.
Yeah, and generally me screaming in pain.
And me cursing in Elven. And about the 7th time there's like some inane scream like, oh, not again!
Guys, I want to roll a sleight of hand, but I'm super scared.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm scared with you.
What do you want to replace it with?
I have a mirror that weighs 0.5 weight units.
Half a pound? Okay. If that's what you think the jug weighs.
Can I roll like to guess how much it weighs?
Investigation, I'd say.
Okay, let's try. I can't roll that many more ones.
11, that's kind of like 2 ones.
Yeah. Do I have a rough estimation of what I think it weighs?
Well, if you think it's full, it probably weighs about 12 pounds.
Alwyn, maybe you should roll too, and we compare data.
Okay.
The true scientific process.
Oh my god.
Alwyn thinks there's no way it weighs that much. It's probably about a pound at the most, Alwyn thinks.
I offer a helpful suggestion, like if it's filled with helium, it doesn't even have weight.
Gee, thanks. Okay, so it's a big jug if it's like 12 when it's full. Like it's our size?
Well, it's a ceramic jug that would be able to hold a gallon of liquid, so it can't be that big actually. No, it's like a pop bottle.
Okay, so a gallon. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna try it with the mirror. I mean, I don't have anything. Oh, I have a water skin that's 5 pounds. What do you think? Should I replace it with the water skin?
The water skin looks like it holds about a gallon as well, so yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna try it. I'm closing my eyes. I'm gonna judge how I rolled by your reactions.
Oh, when these cultists come back and find that water skin, they're gonna be so pissed off at us.
So what happened? My eyes are closed.
Sleight of hand, please.
Oh, it didn't work. Okay, I'm gonna do it again.
Okay, you
Did
hold.
it work? Was it good?
You hold your breath and quickly you lift the jug and place the water skin down in its place, and you sort of half close your eyes expecting something to happen, but nothing does.
Something warm drips down my legs right now.
Oh, praise Thor!
Okay, and clasping your prize, the jug, you all manage to, because you've disarmed the traps now, you'll manage to head back out. I'm going to wrap up the session now because we're a little bit over. So you manage to flee from the shrine with your jug. And as you do so, you hear a voice cry out. You'll know it's It's in broken common, and it sounds like the goblin leader who spoke to you before. Can't tell where it's coming from at the moment. We'll deal with this next session. But it says, "Shinies, drop the shinies, humans, and we will let you go."
Oh, I'm so sorry. We just left all our shinies in the back of this shrine. You can't miss it. It's in a water skin on top of the pedestal.
Yeah, try and persuade them that we left them there. We have no shinies. And I think that's where I will. The screen will go black. The credits will start to roll, and to be continued. Dun dun dun. Thank you very much for playing, everyone. Hope you had fun, even though
Well,
it's not as
at least they didn't capture Selida or something.
No. They've just shown themselves.
Well, thank you for running.
Thank you very much
thank you.
for running. I'll see everyone in 2 weeks.
I'm gonna cry in a corner now.
Pray to the dice gods.
Yeah, I'm gonna change the color